It has been 7 days, day 7 of Swords of Iron War, and I'm thinking back. There I was in my tabernacle, rolling the scroll back to the beginning, to Genesis 1 verse 1, and that's what we're a part of right now, is new beginnings. It's time to let the Creator bring something new. A few weeks ago, and I just felt an impression. I saw this picture in my mind of those ISIS terrorists holding prisoners in the orange clothing and executing them and doing despicable things to them. And I remember saying, let's pray against that spirit, that demonic oppression, that demonic possession over the jihadists in Gaza. And I remember that moment God was preparing me. You know, how many times has God prepared you and me for what's to come? And that spirit will fall. Zechariah 9 verse 5, King of Gaza, he's going to fall. I think back to David and Goliath of Gath. That's down there, right? You know, Samson tore off the gates of Gaza. These are pictures of how the fortresses of Gaza will fall. We're going to restore security. That's what we're working on. But I remember gathering everyone on the altar of prayer. That's this wonderful, altarofprayer.com is a wonderful prayer hub, 24/7 praying for Israel. So please check that out and join us, especially as bombs are falling, including sirens in Tel Aviv, sirens in the Galilee. There still are battles ongoing to restore security within the borders. Primarily, we've been able to secure, to eliminate these terrorists that have been within our borders. But Hamas is still calling for a day of rage right now. A day of rage and violence, not only here in Israel, but throughout the world. And so they're calling for major cities for there to be a day of rage. So we have our eyes open, but we're trusting God. Just like ISIS, Hamas has chosen a path of grotesque violence and terror over their own people and over everyone around them. And this is the moment where we really do need the prayer warriors, the Aarons and Hurs, to raise our hands up. You know, over 1,300 Israelis have been murdered. Over about 150 or so have been captured as hostages. They're probably being tortured. And about 3,400 or so are in the hospitals. They're injured. Hundreds of families have fled from the rocket fire from the south to the Galilee. And that's where our team at the Aliyah Return Center is working so hard with this emergency aid initiative to help them, to house them, to feed them, to give them everything they need, supplies, goods, as well as supplies to the front, to the defenders on the front. And we're no stranger to war. We're no stranger to many wanting to destroy us, to kill us. But when Moses raises his hands in praise, things happen. It's like Rees Howell's intercessor, which turned the tide of World War II. But his hands grow tired. And that's why we need Aaron and Hur. That's why we need you, one on each side, to hold up the hands. And as we're moving forward, we've asked all the innocent people to move themselves away from the terrorists, distance themselves from this evil regime, which will be removed. We are responding with unprecedented force to restore security to Israel. And this group, ISIS or Hamas, same thing, will be eliminated. We just want to say thank you to the United States for standing with us in this time unwaveringly. We believe this won't be over so quick, but we're looking to the borders to see if there will be multi-fronts opened up or not. Not only do we have the right to defend ourselves, it's our duty, and we will never let barbaric terrorism win. We are at a time of a line being drawn in the sand, and people have to make their choice to stand with Israel and the prophetic purposes, the prophetic future, or stand against Israel. Where will you stand? How will you stand? I'll give you a word of encouragement is that the God of Israel speaks about Gaza. Joshua 15:20, it says, this is the inheritance of the tribes of the children of Judah. Go down to Joshua 15 verse 47 and you see it says the towns of Ashdod, Gaza with her towns and her villages, all the way down till the Nile River of Egypt. Pray for strength for the soldiers. Pray for courage to go the distance. And yes, help them get their Judges 15 verse 15 jawbone of a donkey so we can defeat 1,000 enemies. Deuteronomy 28 verse 7, he will cause the enemy to flee before you 7 ways. Hold up the hands of Moses. Be Aaron, be Hur, and jump into the emergency aid initiative. Help to stand with us as we help those in need in this dark season. This isn't a battle only for Israel. This is about freedom around the world. Now go ahead and get the Aliyah Return Center app so you can be up to date with what's going on with the Aliyah Return Center work.